I think it's important as we consider the future of readiness that we're thinking about it not just in terms of college and career as we define it today, but to think about further learning, work, and life in a very broad sense, recognizing that work could look very different in the future than it does today. We could play a very different role in our lives, and that ultimately, even beyond work, it's really a question of helping people thrive and helping our communities thrive. So a really important piece that I hope is part of that ongoing inquiry is to continue to elevate issues around equity and justice.
I think it's time to redefine readiness and for communities to have conversations about what graduates should know and be able to do. So first of all, we think every community ought to have this conversation and ask what's going on? How have things changed since we were in school? As a result, what should graduates know and be able to do? And then what kinds of learning experience would best promote those knowledge, skills, and dispositions?
We have an 80,000 job gap in the Pittsburgh region, but we really don't have the population with the skills, and so in the next 10 years we're going to have to grow an additional 80,000 individuals to fill the skills and jobs that are going to be in the Pittsburgh region. So we've been trying to pull together conversations about career readiness and what are the ways that we can lift up and highlight the promising practices and showcase the good things that are happening, but also put a sense of urgency about the changes we need to make now.
And it's increasingly urgent that we're looking ahead to thinking about how the changing economic paradigms, the changing nature of work can impact what future readiness looks like and how we can begin taking action today to help all children prepare for those possible futures.
We wanted to ensure that we have a more equitable, more humane future for everyone. Essentially a future that works well for everyone.
And when I saw the model that the readiness report put together with the social emotional learning at its core, I'm like, that's it. That's the next, to me, the next phase of development in our thinking around what does future student life look like.
Students need to be creative problem solvers. They need to be able to apply their know-how in many new situations. They need to be skilled communicators in writing and oral communication. And they need to be collaborators. They need to be able to work with people that are different from themselves, and in a team, they need to be entrepreneurs.
This conversation is really built on the premise that you can shape the future and shape the outcome that you want or that maybe you find more desirable. So that having these conversations might uncover something like, hey, we've got maybe a job skill shortfall or we've got a major need. Well, the first part to solving that is surfacing it, right? And then having a conversation about what you want out of this change so that you can actually play an active role in shaping the future for everyone.
Communities, I think, need to be considering what's emerging here in terms of future nearer-term opportunities. But I think communities also need to step back from that sense of chasing the next career industry, the next emerging set of jobs, to thinking about what's really core to readiness that can help young people and others in the community thrive and continue to be flexible as those circumstances change. And we risk setting ourselves up to be trying to get people ready for jobs that by the time they're ready have already changed.